So should we start with Rhys Priestland, just explain?
Yeah, he's had surgery this morning on his Achilles. I think it's a fairly standard procedure in terms of the snap happened halfway up his Achilles, so it's not off the bone, which is a good thing. And as far as we know, the surgery went well. He had it at 9 o'clock this morning, so we don't know any more than that really. And, you know, it's surgery and treatment, post-surgery treatment, and timescales out of the game are a lot shorter these days than they used to be. I think I took 9 or 10 months to come back. I think nowadays players are coming back within 6 months. So hopefully he can be on that positive end of the timescale. He'll have some targets, I'm sure, and want to try and push himself for obvious reasons. But you know, I think he's got to be clear as well that he's got to get it right this year. And unfortunately, it looks like it's most of the season that it puts him out of really. So it's a bit of a.
Was it a similar injury you did?
Yeah, it was. I had mine halfway up the Achilles as well. So
you did lots in training, then?
Yeah, I was doing a bleep test, which is at least Rhys was doing something productive.
So you can appreciate what he's going to go through then.
Yeah, and it has changed. Gavin Thomas had a similar injury, and he came back within 6 months, or maybe a bit less. So you know, it is treated slightly different than it was 11 years ago when I did mine. But yeah, it's still it's a blow. It's a big blow for Rhys. I thought he'd recovered from a couple of poor performances in the early autumn games and played well against Australia, and he was playing well for us on the weekend until that happened. So it's disappointing for him because it's a big year for us and for him personally with what's on the horizon.
Yeah, just explain how much of a loss is it for you, Wales, and as you say, potentially the Lions?
Yeah, for us, and that's what I'm focused on. It's a big loss. You know, he's a quality player, quality individual as well, who hopefully, after a couple of weeks away and time to reflect on maybe his past few months, he'll come back and be positive, and hopefully we'll get him to be contributing in the environment, which would be great for us because you know he's got a good rugby brain on him, and be useful to have him around and utilise some of that when he can't be actually on the pitch.
What about the other injuries with Aaron and Samson?
Yeah, Shing's has got a bit of a groin strain, nothing major. He flagged it after the Australia game. We managed him last week, and he shouldn't be too far away, to be honest. He's possibly not available this week. We haven't ruled him out yet, and so that means that if he misses this week, he should be available next week. But we'll probably make that call on Thursday. And Samson was good. He's recovered from a bump to the head, passed his cog sport test. I think these days is what they do. And yeah, he's fit to be selected. Rhys will admit he's had a tough couple of months, but I think he's come through on the right side of that, and he'll have to struggle now with a little bit of time on his hands, you know, and that's tough for a professional sportsman. You want to be playing, you want to be out there on the pitch, and that's what he'll have to deal with. And you know, I think he's big enough and old enough to put those other things behind him and not worry too much about that. He'll just be focusing on trying to get his Achilles right, and hopefully that will see him back. If it's not the end of this season, then he'll be fresh for the start of next season, and he can focus on that for the next few months.
How confident are you that the likes of Alan Thomas can step in and do a job for the rest
I've been
of the
really
season?
pleased with Alan this year. He's stepped up when Rhys has been away, and yeah, I've been really pleased with the way he's performed in the Pro 12, and had an opportunity when Rhys went off on Saturday and did well. So yeah, I'm confident that he's matured quite a lot in the last couple of years, and he left to go away for a couple of years, came back and has come back a much more mature player. And I think with him, we've still got Dan Newton, who's covering 10 and 15. Jordan Williams will hopefully be back in February. So we've still got options there. You know, it's a big blow to lose someone of Reece's quality, but like all sides, and these things happen, and you've got to deal with them.
You mentioned that you'd suffered a similar injury to Reece's. Can you foresee him perhaps coming to you for some advice? Will you offer some like how he recovers, that sort of thing?
No, as I say, I think the treatment's changed so much in the last few years. It's probably 11, 12 years ago now that I did mine. So, no, Reece is fine. He'll deal with it, and he'll get get lots of support from us. As I say, I'd like him to have he'll have time off and time away, time to get over it mentally, and then hopefully he'll come in and be able to get on with his rehab and also contribute to some of the stuff we're doing, even though he's not able to take the pitch, which is always a positive. When you've got a play like that, you want to try and utilise him once he's over the initial stage of the recovery.
And you're happy with the cover that you've got, and you're not going to be looking to bring anyone in?
No, not at this stage. No, I think we've already made one change in Europe, so we haven't got an option. We've got one option there, and then I'm happy with what we've got in terms of, if we had another injury there, then we might have to look at it differently. But as far as I'm concerned, we are as we are, and I'm happy with that.
It was obviously a disappointing result of the weekend. Do you it's a difficult place to go this weekend, and you want to bounce back, but does your mind start turning towards an important Christmas period?
I think the importance of getting some momentum into those games, is vital. There's no, we can't look too far back in the Heineken Cup this year. We've lost 3. That's the fact. But what we do have an opportunity to each week is go and put some of those things right, and also, as you say, try and gain some momentum now going into 3 really tough away games: the Blues, Ospreys and Ulster away. And if we can gain some momentum in the league at the moment, that looks like our best opportunity to win some silverware this year. So we have to really focus on seeing us through this next week. Well, after Exeter, trying to get as many points as we can in the Pro 12 to consolidate our position in that top 2, and that's got to be a massive focus for us. But it starts this weekend in Exeter.
Simon, it's going to get harder though, isn't it, next season, because everyone's seeding slipping down, so you're potentially going to be third band of seeds. Well, the last team is probably the Blues, the highest at the moment. They're slipping down. Yeah, so it's always going to be.
It is, and the good sides who get through to the quarters and the semis will get stronger, as you say, because they will consistently be in the top seeds. But you look at Leinster won it, and you can still get Claremont if you won the so you're still going to have hard groups, and at the end of the day you've got to be a bit harder on ourselves to say, well, we could have won a couple of those games. We didn't, and that's the fact. But actually, we had plenty of opportunities on the weekend that we didn't take against Exeter. They scored a soft try. Things can be quite different in games, and unfortunately we've come off the back of 3 defeats, but not always been outplayed.
What do you need to change to go there? They've got one of the best home records around. It's a good atmosphere, big atmosphere, and it's a difficult place to go.
Yeah, I think we've done a lot of homework over the last couple of weeks on Exeter, and we'd like to think that a lot of the things that we were trying to do this weekend was the right things, and we just probably didn't quite execute accurately enough to make the most of our opportunities. And I think if we have the similar mindset this weekend, then we can go there with plenty of confidence. They do have a good home record, but they have lost there as well this year, so it's not it's not beyond us to go there and get a result and bring some momentum back into the season for what, as I said, what's a busy 3 weeks after that in 3 away games. So it's probably setting us up nicely to have to go away, knowing that we've got 3 away games coming up as well. We have been good on the road this year.